Hi, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Albert. So today I'm going to take my time to show you how to configure the Okta end user dashboard. We are going to look at how to create a new user, how to add application or assign application to the user, and how to configure and also set up the end user dashboard, how to receive messages or notifications on the end user dashboard, and lastly how to configure certain settings on the end user dashboard. So I want you to take your time. This is going to be a very short video. I want you to take your time and then check it out. All right, so this is my Okta portal, right? When you log into the Okta portal, you have the what do we call it? On the left panel, we have the dashboard, directory, customization, application security, workflow, and a report. So we are going to look at the end user dashboard. So the first thing that I want to do is to create a new user so that we can look at the new user's dashboard and see how it is, right? So the first thing is that we're going to go to directory, go to people, and then we're going to add a new user to the tenant. So the name is going to be, let's say, Joseph. Sorry. Let's say Mark. Let's use Mark. So maybe we call him Mark Benz. I don't know why I like using this. And then the next thing is going to be enter the email. So I'm going to create a new email for Mark Benz, and the email is going to be under this tenant. This tenant is, so this is 12.335.9828. All right. So the username is also exactly the same as the primary email. So their email is the same as the username, right? So we go ahead and create an email for him. We're going to call this email mbenz at techbet.microsoft. All right. So this is going to be the username, and then we're going to activate it now. Yes. So I don't want to postpone the activation. So immediately I finish creating it, the account is going to be active, right? I'll go ahead and set the password. So exactly the same thing. For example, if a new user, maybe the HR hired a new person, and they've asked you to create a new user, create the person's account for him or her, this is how you're going to do it. And then you're going to set a password for the person, and then you're going to give the password to the person, and then when the person tries to log in, then he can go sorry about that, he can go ahead and then change the password, right? But because this is tutorial, so I'm not going to require the person to change the password, so I just go ahead and set it up. Okay, so this is going to be save. All right. Normally, when you create the user for the first time, what happens is that the person doesn't appear in the, what do we call it, in the directory. So you have to refresh the page before the person appear. All right. So this is it, Mark Benz. So we're going to go ahead and then look at how Mark Benz dashboard looks like. So we're going to copy this email and then break up a new browser. Sorry. And I'm going to enter my Benz next. Go to home page. Okay, and Benz tech break. All right, let's see. Okay, no problem. Let me copy this again. Just I don't know why. Okay. Copy, and then paste this one here. Next, create, verify with your password. Okay, Okay, so as you can see, this is how the end user dashboard looks like. All right, this is MacBain's end user dashboard. I'm still trying to get something out from here. Hold on a minute. Let me copy this. Okay, I want to open it in a different trial, so a different browser, so that I can get it out going. Let me see. HM. Let's see. Okay, yeah. Okay. So H Mans is the super administrator for this tenant. So that's the reason why I'm able to get access to hers. Okay, let's go to admin portal. Okay, perfect. So let's come back to, let me even close this one off. Okay, so when you look at the top here, you can see this is Mark that we created. On the left panel here, you can see it says that my apps, notification, and add apps. So this here is the end user for Mark. So then what are we going to do next? So what we're going to do is that we are just going to add, we're going to assign applications for Mark, so that the applications will appear here. But when you look at the left panel, we have my apps, you have notifications. So when you click on the notification, it's going to show you, says, hi everyone, we have just, okay, so this is just a message that I sent earlier to everybody in my tenant, in my Okta tenant. All right, so this is where Mark is going to receive the message. I'm going to do more hands-on, so that you can see, you can take a look at it. What I'm saying. All right. So the next thing I'm going to do is that I'm going to go ahead and then assign some apps. I've already done some integration, some applications, some integrations. So I'll go ahead and then assign those apps to Mark. And there are different ways that you can assign the apps to a user. So here you can come to applications and then look for the app, and then just click right here and then assign to users. So MacBain's assign, save and go back. So now you can see that it says that what the app has been assigned to Mark. All right. Then the other way that you can also assign the app to a user is by going to directory and then go to people and then look for Mark. And then when you look for Mark, you go to assign applications. So you can come here and then assign all these applications to Mark. Save and go back. Assign Canva, save and go back. Assign ServiceNow, save and go done. So you can see that here all these applications is showing in MacBain's profile, right? All right, perfect. So the next thing is that when I come here to Mac end user dashboard, when I refresh the page, all the apps are going to show here, right? Perfect. So this is the apps for Mark. So sometimes whenever maybe an HR reach out to you, be like, well, we hired a new person and you have to add and create an account for the person and then assign some particular applications to the user. This is how you're going to do it, right? So these are the apps that are for Mark. So now the next thing that we're going to look at is, you see that when you look at the dashboard, you can see that all the application here is in a it's looking nice. Let me say it that way. It's looking nice. But when you come to on top of at the right corner here, and you come to preference, right? You can change the grid view to a list view, and this is how the application or the apps are going to look like on the dashboard. If you don't like this, you can change it back to the grid view, and then you can see this, right? So that's the preference. But still, let me go ahead and then take you through this all the things that are here. So first of all, we're going to start with settings. So when you come to settings, this is where you can change the username, what do you call it, your password. This is where you can change, you can set up an Okta verify. You can change, you can reset your password. You can set up phone if you want to set up a multi-factor authentication by receiving an SMS. You can set up your phone here. You can also set up a security question. So that is multi-factor authentication. This is a security methods. So when you come here to this is your personal information. If you want to edit this, if you want to add your mobile phone, you can just click on edit, and then you can come here and then add your, what do we call it, add your mobile phone number also here, and then you can go ahead and save it. The next thing is the security questions. If you want to set it up, you can immediately click it. It will bring you here so that you can verify a password. So let me show you. You can just type in a password like this, and then go to verify, and then it's going to ask you to set up the security questions, but we are not going to do that. That is not the reason why we came here, right? So the next thing here is the preference that I already shown to you, right? So now let's go back to, let me just wait a little bit. Okay, so now we seen the preference. When you come to the preference, as I showed you earlier, you can see customize how long pop-up message stay visible on the screen. So if you receive a pop-up message, you can customize it and say maybe like you want it to stay there for 15 seconds, 30 seconds, based on whatever you want to based on how long you want it. You can go ahead and preview, and it's going to be like something like that. It will stay visible for 5 seconds or until you close it. So yeah, and then you just go out. And that I'm going to show you is to create sections on the dashboard. So when you look at it, you see that you have all these apps here, right? Group here. There's a way that you can arrange the app so that it can look very nice for the user, so that if the user is trying to search for a particular app, it becomes more easier, so that the person doesn't have to go through all these apps and then be like, oh, I'm looking for this app, I ain't seeing it. You know what I'm saying? You know. So you can, there are two ways that you can create these sections. I'm going to show you the first one. So the first one is from the admin portal. So when you come to the admin portal, let me open this one a little bit. So when you come to the admin portal, you can go to customize and then look at the end user dashboard layout. So now this is just the end user dashboard layout, but one thing that you can see here is that when you look down here, it says that view a user's dashboard, apply dashboards to all users, apply dashboards to new users. So for example, let's say I want to view the dashboard of Mark. I can just go ahead and say and click on view user dashboard and then type Mark, and then he's going to appear here, and I can preview Mark dashboard. So as you can see, this is Mark dashboard right now. So if I want to make some changes, I can if there's an app that is missing on Mark's dashboard, I can quickly see it, right? I can just go ahead and then exit this preview. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to create what we call sections. I'm going to rearrange everything for Mark. So let's say, for example, we are in organization, right? All these applications falls under this section called work. So when you come to Mark's dashboard, you can see that here it says my apps. So all this app is here, right? So I'm going to create, I'll say tabs that will be more easier, so that we can just place them in the various tabs for the user. So I can just click on this plus and name this, let's say, design tools. Oh, sorry, design tools, and then go ahead and create another one called maybe project tools, right? Or let's say maybe let me go ahead. I can go ahead and edit it. Let's say project apps, save, and then go and then edit this one too. And so let's make it design apps. All right, just save this. Perfect. So now what I've done is that I'm trying to group them, right, just to make it more nicer. So let's say design apps, right? I'm going to move Canva. Canva is used to design stuff, so I can move Canva to the design apps, let's say tab. So when I click on the design app, what is going to happen is that I'm going to see Canva. So Canva is here. Then I can move maybe Adobe to the design apps also. And then let's say project apps, I can send Microsoft Office, because you can use Microsoft Office as an app to design some projects. Let me go to Microsoft Office 3, PowerPoint for projects, also to do presentations. And then I can also add teams to it, because when you're doing projects, sometimes you need a platform that you can communicate with each other. And then Microsoft Office, this is Planner. Planner is for project apps. Then the next thing that for design tools, what again? Okay, let's say Power BI is for project apps. I can go ahead and then what again? Let me add Sway to design apps. So yeah, ServiceNow design. All right, so now when I go to design apps, you can see all the apps that are here. When you come to the project apps too, you can see the apps that are here. Now when I'm done with this, what I'm going to do is that I'm going to apply, let's say I want to apply all these things to a new user. I can go ahead and apply to a new user and apply to all the new users. Or you say, well, the new dashboard layer has been applied successfully to new users. Or I can say that, well, I'm going to apply this dashboard to all users. So I'll go ahead and then apply dashboard to all users. You see that it says override all user dashboard configuration, but it asks a question: are you sure you want to apply this dashboard configuration to all users? If you want to do that, yes. So I can click on override all users. Well, I will not recommend that. Maybe there's a user who has created or who have designed his or her dashboard in such a way that she can really make it easily identify the app that he or she is looking for. So you don't have to go and then go ahead and apply it to all users, which is something I'll never encourage you. But I'm just showing you how this thing works. So now when you see that when it comes to Mark, so this is Mark dashboard. When you come to Mark dashboard here, you can see that this was how the app is, but now because I've applied what I did to all the users, when I click on refresh, it's going to rearrange everything. Perfect. So now you see how it is. So here you can see the apps for the work, and then you can see the design tab that I created. You can see that this is the apps that I moved to that particular tab. And then when you come to the project apps too, you can see the ones that are moved to that tab. So this is the first method of creating sections for end users, right? The other way, okay, let me go ahead and then delete the sections, and then let's look at the other way that you can create what do we call it, the section. So I'll go ahead and by doing this, I have to go ahead and then delete all the tab that I created. And before I can move the applications to the original place, I need to before I delete the tabs, I need to move all the applications back to the original tab. That is the work. So I have to move all this here. I'll move this, and then I'll move this. So now I can, okay, let me move this. So now you see it said that I drag apps to place them on this tab, or drag apps around to define their order on the tab. So I can go ahead and then delete this tab. Perfect. When I come to design app, I can quickly move the app also to the original tab, and then move this, and also move this one too. So then I can also go ahead and then delete this. Then after that, apply to all users, override. Perfect. Now let's go back to Mark's tab and then refresh it. Great. So now you can see that it's back to normal. So the next thing here is that instead of the administrator creating the sections or creating the tabs, and then what do we call it, moving the applications to the various tab, the end user can do it themselves. So here, when you look at on the left panel here, it says what, add session. So I can come here and then add, let's say, design apps, save it. Now when you come down here, you can see that here it has created a tab. So I can go ahead, there's another way is to also just click on add session here and then make this, let's say, sales apps, and it will create another session. So for example, I want to move Canva to the design app section. I can just quickly move it like this, and then let's say I want to move ServiceNow. Now you can see how it's showing here. Just move this one also here, move PowerPoint here, move Adobe here. Then on the sales app here, I can quickly move, let's say, Microsoft Office team, can bring the teams, can bring Power BI, and then I can also bring this one also here. So now at the end of the day, you can see that I have been able to create the sessions here in the end user dashboard. I can also create those sections or those tabs at the admin side of it, right? So these are the two ways that you can create sessions for the end user or in Okta. All right, so now we're going to leave this one as it is. The next thing that I'm going to also talk about a little here is that when you see this notification, so whatever the administrator do is going to send a notification here for you to see. So you can see, like, say, what, your dashboard has been updated by your administrator. Feel free to adjust the arrangement of this app if needed, right? So what I was doing at the admin portal, it was sending a notification to the end user, which is really nice. Now the next thing I'm going to talk about is sending a message. So for example, let's say we did an integration of a new application into the Okta portal, and then when we did that, we decided to assign the application to all the users in the organization. How do I tell the users that, hey, we just did an we just deployed a new application, and then we've assigned the application to all the users? So how the users get to know about this information? So sometimes somebody will be like, okay, fine, I'm going to send an email through their Outlook, so that they can receive it in their inbox. But that is a very long way. So whilst you are in the portal, so after maybe like you've done the integration, let's say you've done the app integration, let me hold on a minute. Let me quickly just do some quick demo for you to see. Let me just go ahead and then add an application and then see how this thing is going to go. Which application can I even do? Let's say, let me say Spotify. Let's see, Spotify. No, we don't have Spotify here. Okay, let me look at this one. Okay, one password business. Okay, let's go add integration. Okay, yeah, and then hit next. Is asking for subdomain. I don't have a subdomain here yet, but okay, no problem. Let me just ignore it. All right, so let's say we've done the integration, right? Okay, all right, so let's say we've done the integration. We've introduced a new application in the company, and we've done a single sign-on integration. We've done the provision and everything. Now we've assigned it to the users. We want the users to start using the application. We want to inform them that, hey, we've done a new app integration here in Okta. Now you can go to your dashboard and then check it out. So now when we are done, you don't need to go to your Outlook and then send an email to everybody now. So what you can do is that when you come to the dashboard blade, you look at notification. So here you can send a message to everybody. So when you click on message, you see it says what, send a message to your end users. You can send a message to a group of people, or you can send it to a particular person. So let's say I want to send a message to okay, let me do it two ways. I'm going to send it to everybody, then after that I'll send it to only Mark, so that you can see how this thing works. So let's start with everyone. So let's say I write, okay, hi everybody, all right. So I said, hi everybody, we just integrated the Man 2020 app into the Okta portal. Kindly check it out on your dashboard. So now we're going to send this message. So now we send this message. Okay, let me go to, so now let's come to Mark. So you see that here Mark hasn't received any message yet, right? So how can Mark receive this message? So when Mark comes to his dashboard, he has to refresh the dashboard, and you see that, yes, you see that you can there's one notification. So Mark will just click on it and see it. Say, hey everybody, we just integrated the Man 2020 app into the Okta portal. Kindly check it out on your dashboard. So this is very, very easy. You don't need to go to your Outlook and then push an email to everybody. Now you can just from here in the, what do we call, the admin console or the admin portal, you can just send the message to everybody in the organization, right? So this is for everybody. So let's say that let me go ahead and take off Canva from Mark. Let me go to applications. No. So the other way that you can unassign an application to a user is you go to the directory, you go to people, and then you go to the particular person that you're looking. All right, let's go to Mark, and then you can come here on this here. You can just this sign, you click on it and then you delete. So are you sure you want to unassign Canva from Mark Benz? Yes. Okay. So now when you go to Mark Benz end user dashboard, when you refresh the page, you see that the Canva is no more. So that's another way that you can unassign application from an end user. So now, so let's say Mark come to work and Mark did not really see the app here. So what can Mark do? So what Mark can do is that he is going to send a message. So as you can see down here, you see the word request an app. Now what this thing is happening, well, what do we call it? When Mark uses this, it is going to send a message to this email. So as you can see, it says support. So this support email here is for the administrator, right? But you can make the changes. For example, you can create an email account for the IT support team and then replace it instead of having the main administrator email here, right? And I'm going to show you how you can do that, right? So when Mark search all the apps, I cannot see my Canva. Okay, well, let me request the app. So Mark comes here and then request an app. Click on this and then send a message to the manager and said, hey, could you please assign the Canva app to me? All right. What do we call it? I hit enter key. Oh my! But I know that you get the concept that I'm trying to create, right? So now immediately, okay, let me click on it again. So you see that Mark here, you type your message here, and when you hit enter, it says sent to techbed hyphen or in Microsoft trial blah, 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 to the IT department. But yes, it goes straight up to this email, right? So now how can the IT guys or the administrator, let's say let's say maybe you hired an Okta administrator to be the person managing all these tasks for you for the organization, then you can put the person's email here so that it becomes more easier to reach out to the person. So now Mark has sent the message to Hilda Mens. So how is Hilda going to see the message? So when Hilda comes to the console, to the portal, and then she comes to the notification, she's not going to see it. It's not going to appear here. Let's see. You see that here, it doesn't really say anything. Hilda cannot see anything. The reason is simple. The message did not come to the console. The message went to Hilda's email. So what happened is that Hilda has to go to goes to her inbox, and then when you come here, you can see that she has received an email. It says that what? Hey, could you please assign the Canva app to me from Mark Benz? You see that it shows the organization associated with domain TechBet, and then the user login Mark Benz. It shows the IP address where the person is from, everything. So everything is showing up here. This is really cool. I like this about Okta. This is really cool. So now when Hilda sees this, it says that Canva, and they were like, oh, okay, this is from Mark. So for example, let's say some of the users are in Europe, they are in Africa, or wherever they are, and then they send a message. It becomes more easier to identify the person sending it. So you see that even the email is even attached to the message. Okta, that was good job. Like, you guys have really, I wish that one day I'll work for Okta in their headquarters. I'm telling you, I just love Okta. All right, so now Hilda sees this, like, oh my bad, I'm very sorry. So that what we're going to do is that Hilda will quickly come to the console here, and then go to applications, and then search for the Canva app, and then come here and assign it to Mark and Ben's. Yeah, assigned, and save and go back. So now when Hilda is finished assigning it, good customer care, the next thing that Hilda needs to do is to send a message to Mark and tell him that, hey Mark, I just assigned the Canva app to you, check it out on your dashboard, right? So that's going to be the message. So then Hilda comes to the dashboard, goes to notification, and then she click on send a message. But this is not going to go to everybody because it's just one person. So Hilda will click on groups and users, and then search for Mark. So Mark here, and then she'll be like, hey Mark, I just assigned the Canva app to you. Kindly check your dashboard. Let me know if you need anything. Perfect. So currently, okay, all right. So it said, hey Mark, I just assigned the Canva app to you. Kindly check your dashboard. Let me know if you need anything. All right, thanks. So Hilda then send a message to Mark, right, and it records here. So at the end of the day, for example, if a different Okta administrator or Okta engineer picks up the console or tries to get into it, then the person can see all the messages that have gone through the portal, right? So now let's go to Mark's dashboard. So here you see that the Canva is not showing. Let's say Mark is still on the dashboard. So the next thing that Mark got to do is to refresh the dashboard. So Mark will go ahead and then refresh the dashboard. And then here is the Canva. Now, when Mark comes to notification, he's going to see there's something coming in here. It says that what it say, hey Mark, I just assigned the Canva app to you. Kindly check your dashboard. And you see that this message is coming from, this is an IT message, right? It says, let me know if you need anything. But on the first message that came, it said what, your IT admin installed new apps on your dashboard. This is really cool. This is Okta. Oh my god, this is, you guys have done well. This is, I like this app. So you see that immediately, what do we call it, Hilda assigned the application to Mark. It sent a notification to Mark's dashboard telling Mark that, hey, your IT admin just installed the new app, and it named the app. So you see that it says Canva. So it's telling Mark that, hey, you get a new application on your dashboard. So even if Hilda had not sent a message to Mark will have seen getting a notification that, hey, your IT admin just assigned a new application to your dashboard. So go ahead and check it out. But I just did it because of customer service, you know what I'm saying? Because as IT guys, or we are friendly guys, we always want to follow up with something else, you know what I'm saying? So yes, so this is really, really cool. That's one thing that I like about Okta. No wonder Okta is the leader in identity management in the world, and they will continue to be the leaders. Microsoft is second, but I'm not sure Microsoft will still come. Oh man, I like this. So yes. So now, Mark can then just move it to the design app and then section, and so as you can see, the pop-up message is here. So Canva app was moved to design apps. So this pop-up message that is showing up here is coming from this setting. So when you come to preference, and then you see here it says that what customers how long your pop-up message stay visible. So let's say I make it 15 seconds, and then I can go ahead, for example, let's say I move this Microsoft Office 365 forms to this. You see that there's a pop-up message here. It's going to be there for 15 seconds, unless maybe I just go ahead and then just close it off. Right, so I'm going to be honest with you, like I just like Okta. No wonder these guys wanted to go offer me the job. All right, so this is really great. I'm telling you, this is really great. Then I'm going to go ahead and then do the last thing for the end user dashboard, and then it will just come to an end. Right, so now let's say maybe Mark just saw some kind of activity going on on the what do we call it, dashboard, or maybe Mark was at home and then he received a notification that somebody has logged into his dashboard, which is not him. So how can Mark report this to the administrator, to the Okta engineer? So this is something that is really, really great. No wonder Okta is the best. I'm going to be honest with you. Okta is the best in the world. I'm not going to mention any other identity solution provider anywhere, but I'll just say Okta is the best, right? Well, if you don't like it, well, this is my point of view. You can respect your own. I'm saying, I'm just kidding. All right, so so how can Mark report this to the engineer? So when you come to the right, the top right corner here, you can see it says recent activity. So here you see that it's showing here the device. So this is the device, the last 38 minutes ago, and it shows the last sign-in location, the total sign-in report to an admin. So as you can see here, the security event that was triggered, the Chrome Windows 10, 41 minutes ago. I think that was a long time ago. And then enrolled email. So it shows the location where it shows the location where the person even signing. So you see, it said about one device, one sign-in since July 1st, 2023. July 1st, are you sure? This is not July. Okay, well. So now, let's say Mark comes here and Mark sees this and said, no, this is not me. I did not log in here from this location. This is not me. So then what Mark can do is that Mark will then click on this report, and then Mark will just send a report. Mark will send a report to the admin, right? Report. So as you can see, it says that what sign activity successfully reported to your admin, right? Oh, you cannot see it. Okay, let me just move it here. So see, as you can see, it says that what Mark. So this is the pop-up message that is popping up here. All right. Oh, then that means that you did not see the first one I was talking about. Okay, let me just do it again. So when you come to the let me go back a little bit. Let me go to apps. So the pop-up message, this was what I was talking about. Let me intentionally move this one here. So you can see that there's a pop-up message here. It's going to be here for like 15 seconds, unless maybe I go ahead and then just close it off. So this was what I was doing earlier. All right. So now, Hilda, the Okta engineer, has received the message. So when you come here, she opens it up. It says that what suspicious activity reported by user. Oh, what day? Okay, what is it? Then they give the details. So the user is McBains. The login, the username is this reported activity. So what Hilda can do is that she will just go ahead and then review the security event. Perfect. All right, I think it's the Chrome browser. So now it brought me to the system log, right? So there's a system log. So here it's showing everything that has happened. So now Hilda just look at it, be like, okay, fine. What happened on July 31st at this time, 10:31, McBain's user. So it then is showing the person who logged in, and it gives the event information. So verify user identity access, user login to Okta access, authentication of user via MFA access, and then it comes to the target. So the target is the password, authentication, enrollment, Okta dashboard, app instance, McBain's. So when you come to the count of event over time, you can show this by show event trends by category. So now you can see that here is showing everything. So count of event per target. You can see one event here. Sorry about that. Then count of event per actor, you can see here it says that what 3 events. Then when you come to the count of event per event type, you can see it's 3. So the first one, which is the MFA of user.authentication.old underscore var underscore MFA, and then the second one will be user.authentication.verify, one event. Then it says a user.session.stat, also one event. So now you see that oh my god, somebody should just hire me in Okta, man. I'm just liking it, right? So here so here you can see that Okta here is giving the what we call it, the event count for you to see. So now, like, if the security guys kind of they start doing a background digging about what took place, they can use this information to to get the person who did that, right? So here you can see that this when you look at the count of events over time, here is showing the time, is showing the date and the time and the number of events that took place on what do you call it, on McBain's dashboard. So it shows the date, it shows the time, and it shows the number of events. This is so cool. And here you can even download the CSV file so that you can maybe email it to the security engineers to also take a look at it, right? So this is really nice. This is really good. What do we call it? I think there's nothing more. Request an app. Okay, I think I did that. So this is really deep information. Let me move this one here. Let me see if you can get it out. All right. Okay, let me just drop it here. So this is really deep information that I've shared with you, and I think that this deserve that you sign up, you subscribe to my YouTube channel, This is gonna be must be, yeah. So this is the information that I wanted to share with you guys. It's been an amazing journey, taking you through and then showing you through all these things. I know that somebody might be like, okay, can I edit this? Yeah, you can go ahead and even change the whole name. Maybe make it marketing. Oh, sorry about that. Oh, why does this thing just leave? Okay. So let's say marketing apps, and then I'll just go back here, and then I can just save it. Yeah, just change the name of it. Yeah, so this is the deep dive that I wanted to share with you on the Okta end user dashboard. If you like this video, just go ahead and then subscribe to my YouTube channel. Just like the video, and I really appreciate your time, watching this short video. I want to say thank you so much. I like to play, I like to joke around whenever I'm doing a demonstration, so just forgive me on that, right? Yeah, but I want to say thank you so much for taking the time to watch my video. I really appreciate your time, and just go ahead and then subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your time. All right, bye bye.